I'd now like to call up Professor Jim Cavaye, who is the Pro-Vice-Chancellor at the Cradle Coast region. So Jim is the inaugural Pro-Vice-Chancellor up at the Cradle Coast region, and it's a new role which is aimed at linking the Burnie campus and the local community. He is a rural Queenslander by birth, yay team, another of us, and his new Pro-Vice-Chancellor role comes with a wealth of experience in both agriculture and rural community development, as well as experience at the campus itself. Professor Cavaye taught at the Cradle Coast campus and also conducted extensive community engagement while developing the community plan for Launceston. So please welcome Jim to the...
Well, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I just wanted to echo Mike's acknowledgement of country. On behalf of the university, I also wanted to say that we recognise the stewardship and the fundamental connection to this land that we are on today of the Palawa people, and we also recognise their continued contribution to our community. On behalf of the university and in conjunction with our partner in TIA, the Tasmanian Government, I really wanted to extend a very warm welcome to you today. We're so pleased to have you here, and it's just terrific to see so much interest in the horticulture research facility at Forthside. Today you're going to see, experience and learn about a whole set of horticulture industry innovation and farm practices. A key focus here is on sustainable production, and that includes long-term cover crops and soil health, which is the focus of today's work. And these innovations come through the dedicated and collective work of a whole range of scientists and technicians and extension specialists. And importantly, their work happens through very close partnership with industry. And that connection between industry and TIA scientists and staff is really critical to the success of agriculture here. I wanted to particularly acknowledge the support of growers. Much of the research you'll see today is supported directly by growers, and it happens through their levies and their investment of their levies that is matched by hort innovation and also through direct industry funding. The innovations you'll see today have been supported across those ways, and it's also been supported by the Australian Research Council as well. These partnerships between industry, government and the university go well beyond funding though. They extend to the everyday collaboration and connection that occurs between scientists and growers. And it's through this collaboration and this connection that we learn from each other. And it's often, this is the most meaningful way that we can work, when we work together. These relationships underpin the direct relevance of research and extension that you'll see featured today. Indeed, this enduring cooperation that we see in the Tasmanian Institute of Agriculture is crucial to the future of agriculture, not only in this state and in the nation as a whole, but also internationally as well. It's something that we as a university, we really truly value, and we acknowledge the importance of these everyday connections that occur. While we might meet in sheds, agriculture is a highly sophisticated industry, highly technical these days, and it's unique also in that it's an industry that is highly connected to regions and regional development. It works across a range of production systems linked closely to the future of regions, and agriculture also requires close interaction and the management of a highly variable and dynamic biological system. And it inherently involves stewardship of quite precious and finite natural resources. Agriculture particularly connects us to place, to location, and it happens in a great many ways. There are the locations where agricultural production, distribution and marketing happens, where farmers know every square metre of their property. and they know the minute variations in soil characteristics, drainage, topography, and all the other parts of what makes up a landscape. But the connection to place goes beyond that. It's really about people, past, present, and future occupants of the land, and it's also about heritage, emotion, and care. Care for each other and care for the country. It's about living in and indeed loving a farm, a valley, a district, and a region. All of the elements that make up a place. Agriculture is also not just a landscape of crops and pastures and topography, it's also a landscape of people, of dynamic relationships between people and people who have passion for what they do and a deep connection with their community and a commitment to the stewardship of land, water and vegetation. At the university, we really have also a strong and deep connection with place. It's really at the core of our values and the approach of the University of Tasmania. And it's reflected directly in our strategic plan, our strategic directions. We consider ourselves the University of and for Tasmania. We look to truly understand the specific natural resources and agricultural issues and opportunities in specific production systems across the state. This includes the interests and aspirations of agricultural producers, marketers, and transporters and suppliers. We look to respond with research and extension that's shaped by the specific production systems in regions and by industry knowledge and experience. And at the same time, this research that's tailored to the situations of regions in our state is informed by information and knowledge from across the nation and internationally. In turn, the knowledge and understanding that's generated by this really regionally distinctive research that you'll see today at Forthside, it contributes to national and global knowledge. And this straddling of local and global is a really key strength of the approach that we see in TIA every day. Agriculture is also about responding to the place, using the natural resources of a location and managing a biological system to not only produce food, you can't get something more fundamental than that, and to make an economic return, but also at the same time sustaining the natural resources such as soil health, water quality and biodiversity. On an island like ours, and our natural resources are as rich as they are delicate. And of course, there are no absolutes in managing these resources in an agricultural system. Your production depends, and your stewardship of the land depends on managing variability. Agriculture is inherently about managing variability and constantly changing conditions, markets, weather and value chains. And it's by its very nature, it's a highly dynamic enterprise. Finally today, I'd like to dwell for a moment about the positive and far-reaching impacts of agricultural research. The university, together with its partners in the Tasmanian government, is focused on contributing to the social, economic and cultural development of communities and also to the environmental sustainability of regions. Agriculture is the largest segment of the economy in the northwest, and the continuous improvement of our agricultural practices is really crucial to the ongoing competitiveness of the industry. Research is vital to improving not just on-farm efficiency and sustainability, but also to overall industry adaptation and development. And importantly, the benefits of research extend well beyond the farm gate. They extend into rural communities with greater opportunities for high-skill employment, for improved export income, and for opportunities for local investment. Most importantly, research, when done in collaboration with industry and with local communities like it is here, can change places, it can change practices, and it can frankly change lives. It is always a collective task, and one that the university is only ever part of. So today, on behalf of the university, I wanted to express my sincere gratitude to everyone, industry, in TIA, and in other areas, all of those who've contributed to what you're going to see today, and also those that continue to contribute to the terrific work that happens here. So I commend today's field day to you and really look forward to the continued benefits of the strong ongoing partnership between the university, the Tasmanian government and the agricultural industry in the state. Thank you.